Today is November 6th, 2024, 8:01 p.m. PST. I just came out of my last online coaching course. It was 3 hours long tonight. For the past 6 months, I've been dedicating 2 hours a night, Wednesday evenings, to spend with a group of, I'd say, about 15 to 20 people from all around the world, to take something called transformational coaching or deep coaching. And yeah, I just wanted to hop on and share a little bit about my current feelings and my takeaways and commemorate this moment. It was a fairly emotional class, this class, because it was the last class, and we spent a lot of time, just everyone sharing their reflections and whatever it is that they felt like they needed to close out the 6 months. And I was also a little bit emotional. I didn't think I would cry, actually. So I was a bit surprised that I started to get a little bit choked up as I started to share my feelings and what the course, meant to me, and my reflections around that. So I stepped into this coaching course 6 months ago, and it's been a couple of years since I've been thinking about doing coaching, or at least be in this space of coaching, whether it was therapy or counseling or social work. I knew I wanted to work one-on-one with people, and I wanted to support people in some way, in a way that felt meaningful to me. And I know that my passion and interests lies in this kind of deep introspective space where I look at my values and reflect upon how I want to live my life according to values, essentially. And so it took me years. I looked at all kinds of different coaching courses. I even took a couple of trial classes in different centers. I went to and looked at counseling programs. I looked at master degrees, and it was hard. I didn't know. It wasn't clear. And finally this year I kind of bit the bullet. I just thought um I just thought that it was time. It was time that I do something. And I had found a job from my last layoff, so I finally had some income again. And I just thought that I was going to search for something, and I wanted to search for something that aligned to my values. I remember Googling specifically spiritual coaching, because I wanted coaching that felt deep. Um, and I had ruled out master programs for counseling and psychology, partly because of just it was such a lengthy process. Like the to get into the school, I'd had to go take a bunch of prerequisites that I didn't have because I didn't study psychology for my bachelor's. And then it was, just years, just, applying, waiting to get in, and then spending a couple of years in the program. And it was so much money, and I didn't feel like I was ready to take such a big leap as well. And I found that I could still find that one-to-one meaningful interaction maybe in a different space like coaching. But I was really weary of coaching because I didn't like the word life coach. It felt just a little overused. I didn't know if there was substance to it, to be really honest. And that was my hesitancy around it for some years. But finally, I found this course, and I went and had a one-on-one introduction course or an introductory call with someone from the center. And I liked the call with this person because I didn't feel like they were trying to sell me something. And she very simply said, read this book. This book is called, um, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the title of this book. Oh, of course, it's called A Shift in Being. A Shift in Being, by Leon Vanderpoel. And he, yeah, he wrote this book, and basically it is, okay, sorry, I got distracted. But basically, this the 6 months course is based off the book, and she said if you resonate with the book, then I think maybe the course is good for you. So I got the book, I read it, and I felt like it aligned to my values of and the things that I was wanting to embrace in my life personally, which was things like leading from the heart, um, holding space, healing, listening, just more being rather than doing and outcome oriented. And so, yeah, I just signed up for the course, and I feel that the course was really helpful for me in that it was a safe container for me to practice, to see how I would feel in a space that was a bit more structured. And it also just gave me wonderful community. I met really lovely people from all around the world. And we spent 6 months together, kind of navigating this journey of what is this? How did we all get here? We all came for such different reasons, but I also feel like we've connected for a deeper reason, in that we were all searching or in the midst of transformation ourselves as well. Um, and yeah, I shared at the end, and one of the reasons why I think I cried a little bit was because I was sharing about my fear of the uncertainty and the unknown that was coming up upon me. I've stopped working for a week now, and today is also the last session of this course. And I was essentially really faced with a very open and free schedule going forward. On some level, it brings me excitement, but on some level, I also feel, scared, to step into this completely different way of living now. And we had a visualization that we did in class today, and one of the visualization was about us kind of opening a door and stepping through and seeing what was there. And the metaphor I had, I saw like this luscious green. It's everywhere. It was just vibrant nature, lots of foliage. I saw the sky, I saw flowers, I saw fields, and the words I got were wild and free. And there was also a visualization where we gave messages to ourselves. I think advice it was, and what I told myself in that visualization guided meditation was that it was already done. Like, it's already in me. Like, there's nothing I need to do. And it's such a relief for me to think that. And I think I'm going to continue to meditate on that in the coming weeks, just to anchor in this energy a little bit more as I traverse into this new path of just, well, what is it going to look like? Where am I going? And to just remember that it's already there, it's already in me, and there's nothing I really need to do or figure out. I just need to step into the faith and the knowing of the adventure. And funnily enough, I also came across this card that's in my old journal. I pulled out this card from my counselor's office, I think about maybe a year or two ago. She has she had like a deck of cards. I never looked at them before, I don't know, but one day I saw them and she was like, "Well, do you want to pull one out?" And I did, and I thought it was such a great message, and she told me to keep it. So, kind of wanted to read it out today as well as I think something for me to remember and carry forward as I go on my journey. I also think it's quite funny that this card kind of looks like me. I mean, my hair isn't like down right now, but I do think there is a resemblance there. If I have my hair down, I sometimes do have that side eye that I give and look. But anyways, the card is, it says on the bottom, standing firmly in my truth. And there's a little affirmation on the back that I want to read. And it says, "Today I will acknowledge that my knowledge, feelings, and beliefs are all mine, and they're just as valid as anyone else's. I'm open to learning from others and their experiences, but I will stand firmly in my own truth." And I think, yeah, that's a great reminder as well. Going forward, that I'm going to stand firmly and listen to my own truth. I'm open to what others might say. I'm happy to consider and get feedback, but I also want to honor myself and my truth and my journey going forward. And there's a part of me that, wants to be wild and free, and I want to honor that as well. I also I like to look up the meaning of words in dictionary, even if I know what they mean, because there's something about reading the definition that helps me as well. So when I look up free in the dictionary, it says one of the definitions is not or no longer confined or imprisoned, not restrained, obstructed, or fixed, unimpeded. And the example sentence is, "She smiled, leaned back, and waved a free arm in the air." and I kind of love that. I think that speaks. Yeah, I think that's very pertinent to my current situation, and how I'm feeling about my transition from, a corporate life, which is very confined in structure, to something that is free and wild. I'm going to read the definition of wild as well. So wild can also be lacking discipline or restraint. It can also be uninhabited, uncultivated, or inhospitable. It can also be living or growing in a natural environment, not domesticated or cultivated. I think what I want to take away from wild is that, yeah, it's new, it's uninhibited, it's uninhabited. There is no rules or nothing set in place to constrain things. And so again, I get this, it's the same thread of no longer following the rules that I've set up my life by so far, and creating and deciding for myself how I want to live now in this new place that is wild and free. And Yeah, it's scary, but I can't deny it. There's a part of me that is also really excited. And we'll see. We will all see what will unfold. If anything, I am learning and I am grateful um, for everything and the class that I've been a part of. Um, and that was a great way to end the 6 months. And I look forward to staying in touch with some of these people, I hope, for a long time to come.